I had the pleasure of playing Brent in an event. It's my second straight year. Last year I did not get a ring in the Celebrity Beach Bowl. I lost, but this year I won. And the reason I won is because my quarterback was former Houston Oiler great, exciting, fantastic, talented, smart, wonderful, wonderful quarterback, Warren Moon on the blue team. Warren, how are you?
I'm great, Artie. How you doing tonight, man? You recovered from all that activity on Saturday afternoon?
Well, you're being sarcastic. I had no activity because you refused to put me in.
I wasn't the coach. Talk to Strahan. He was responsible for all substitutions.
I know. I don't know. Strahan, I think Strahan honestly thinks I'm a bit of a wise Alec. He thinks I'm a cancer in the locker room, quite frankly. And I don't know. I think he was trying.
You New York guys hung out with each other and took care of each other.
No, I think he thinks I'm a bozo. But I got last year. I don't know if you remember. Joe Montana was on the white team, as was I. I came in from Montana. My first pass, I hit T.O. with a slant over the middle that they're still talking about in some Pop Warner leagues.
Are they?
Yeah, and I got to the 5 before Deion Sanders got the flag, and then I, under heavy pressure from Maria Menounos, I threw an interception. But talk about that, by the way. You had a great game, but Maria Menounos from Extra, she can really rush the quarterback, right?
She's very competitive. She was on our team last year, and I've played with her before. And she was a little disappointed that she wasn't on my team again this year because we had saw each other a couple of nights before. I didn't know who was on what team because I never see the roster until I get there. But we had this whole plan of what we were going to do together, and she was on the other team, so that whole plan went out.
Well, no, of course. And listen, all joking aside, I know it's, some of the great players like Clay Matthews over the years and a guy like Strahan coming at you, that's hard. But it's got to be very hard as a heterosexual man to see, that ass of hers and that smile and those angelic eyes. And
plus she's grabbing at that part of your body. Your flags are right there in the middle of your body, so she's grabbing it. Doesn't always get flags all the time. You know what I'm saying, Artie?
I know what you're saying. Absolutely. She knows what she's doing.
That makes it even tougher.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want to get sacked by one.
But I don't know. Listen, I came in and I kept T.O. on defense under heavy containment, Tom Arnold and myself, which I feel was underrated. But then I went in.
Great job.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. But then I went in and I was wide open in the middle, and you just, quite frankly, ignored me.
You know what, Artie? All of you guys are always wide open. That's what every receiver says in every huddle I've ever been in. So I've listened to that for many years. Chris Carter used to be in my ear the whole game.
Right.
I'm open. Throw me the ball. He just doesn't understand. I see everything. I see the two guys standing right behind you that you don't see.
Yeah. No, you do see everything. And I got to say, I just would like to have, like last year, gotten a chance to get in there, maybe for 1 or 2 series, and just showed you what I got. Because I don't know.
I wanted to try and get you in there at quarterback, but the game got to where we were behind, and we had to make a big comeback. And it's not that I didn't think you could do it, but I had put it in my hands because I felt like I needed to bring this team back and win the game for us.
I understand. And the greats want the ball. They do. They want the ball in those pressure-packed situations. But I contend we would have not been behind if I were quarterbacking.
Well, you might be right. And if you're with me next year, if I'm playing, I'm going to make sure you get in there, or I'm going to definitely get you to football.
Now, you hit Snoop.
I want to see what you do after the catch. I want to see what your yak yards are like. yards after the catch.
You hit Snoop Dogg. It was hilarious. After Terrell Owens on the other team made a couple of big plays running back and forth, Snoop Dogg came back to the huddle and said, "Damn, T.O. playing like they're playing for a contract."
He is.
He was. When he not playing, he was playing like it was the NFC Championship game or something. He was running over people, flag guarding. I guess he yelled at one of his female players on his team.
He did. Wow. Well, listen. First of all, speaking of female players, how great was that chick, the DirecTV Genie chick? You hit her for a couple of touchdowns.
Yeah, she was really good. I didn't even know who she really was, but when we were in warm-ups, I was throwing the different girls passes just to kind of see their skill level, and I was able to put pretty good stuff on it, and she was able to handle them. So I said, okay, I'm going to give her what I got, and she handled it very well.
Warren, I'm looking at a picture. I think Artie fills out his jersey pretty well. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to be there. But what do you see him as going forward? Because he's played quarterback, he's played wideout, you've had him on the edge on defense, playing cover two. What's his best position, do you feel like?
Artie's just a utility guy. We can put him anywhere, and he makes things happen. So you like to have a guy like that on your team. He's got the bulk, but he's also got some quick feet. So very, 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 very talented guy.
And an intellectual player, I'm sure you're about to say as well. I'll tell you,
that part I left out.
Well, no, much like a lot of the great wide receivers now, a trend. Chad Johnson changed his name to his number in Spanish, to Chad Ocho Cinco. And I did the same thing for next year's game. I changed my name, just so you know, Warren. I changed my last name to my cholesterol level in Spanish. So next year, my official name will be Artie Cuatro Dos Ocho.
Okay.
That might be that might actually be my blood sugar level.
I think that should be a little higher, though. That number should be higher.
Warren, honestly, a lot of the greats came out. You, Strahan, Dion. You're talking about some of the greats to ever play the game. But is it a little demeaning for you as an athlete trying to get away from Maria Menounos rushing and trying to pass the ball to someone on Grey's Anatomy? I mean, is it a little like, come on, what am I doing?
Well, you know what? When you get to my age, that's all they offer you now. I don't get the NFL contracts anymore. So, really, this game is a lot of fun, and I enjoy being around the celebrities like that you watch on television, and you get to know them a little bit and just have some fun. And on the other side, this is a big thing for them because I'm sure in some ways they wanted to be athletes maybe at some point in their career, and this is their way of getting that chance to play with some of the best and have some fun doing it. So I think it's a great idea. They've been doing it now at the Super Bowl for about the last 8 or 10 years, and it seems to draw well. You saw how many people were there. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Hey, Warren, when you look at the game, the way it shook out, especially after the power outage, what was your takeaway from Super Bowl 47?
I really thought it was a pretty good game. It wasn't perfect by any means. San Francisco did some things that really hurt themselves early in the game to get behind, whether it was the first play of the game, with a illegal formation. Then they had an offside that gave Baltimore another chance to convert a first down that turned into a touchdown. So they did some things that really hurt themselves early, sloppy-wise. But other than that, I thought the game had a lot of drama. I thought the comeback was really good by San Francisco. Even the power outage, it really kept everybody on the edge of their seats as far as what exactly was going on, when the game was going to get started again. And then it had a lot of drama all the way down to the end of the game. It kept everybody's interest because it was a close football game. So I thought all in all it was a pretty good Super Bowl.
What do you make of Joe Flacco? Because 6 weeks ago you could have said he's an average quarterback that's going to have to search for a job. And now 6 weeks later you say he might be a $20 million per year guy. What do you make of that fine line and the way everything has changed for him?
I've never thought he was an average quarterback. I've always thought he was better than average, but not as consistent as he needed to be. He had some games that would make you scratch your head and go, wow, where did that come from? But he also has played big when he's needed to, especially in the playoffs. And you look at his resume, he's got more playoff wins on the road than any quarterback in the history of the game. So he knows how to play at the right times, and the only thing that was keeping him from getting into that upper echelon was getting to this game and winning it, and that's what he did. And you got to put him up there with the best guys in the league now. When
you look at the Super Bowl and its final minute there, final couple of minutes, do you feel Harbaugh was justified when he said that was holding at the end of the game?
It could have went either way because Crabtree slammed into the defensive back as well, trying to kind of post him up. I think they were trying to throw like a back shoulder throw, not a fade, but a back shoulder throw, and he was going to use his body and shield the defensive back. But when the quarterback got quick pressure off the blitz, he had to let that ball go, so he couldn't be accurate with the throw. So it could have went either way, but I'm glad the officials let them play. They just let the game play out, didn't make the outcome of the game on a bad call.
Well, listen, Warren, we're gonna let you go with that. I appreciate you coming on, but do me a favor for next year's Celebrity Beach Bowl. Let's get together 2 weeks prior, and just 2 solid weeks, me and you, just running the pistol offense together, and seeing what we can do to make it happen, and to get me on the scoreboard for next year. Do you mind doing that?
I can get you on the scoreboard without 2 weeks. all I got to do is design something for you. I'll get you in the end zone now.
All right, Warren, we're going to do this. We're going to have more fun next year, but you're a good man. Honestly, I'm a frustrated athlete. You hit that on the money, and it's a pleasure to play.
I always thought, but I thought your role was going to be you're going to play more defense and then play quarterback at some point. It just didn't get to the quarterback part.
Yeah. Now next year,
now that I know you want to catch passes, I'll get you the ball.
No, both. But I'm going to quarterback too, as well. We'll work it out next year. We'll talk or something, because I'm sure you're dying to talk to me.
Man, it was great playing with you, and we got a W together.
We did. We got a ring, man. That's all that matters. Thanks again.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, we'll see you next year, and thanks for calling in, brother.
Hey, my pleasure. Great talking to you.
All right, Warren. The great Warren Moon. Good man. Great sense of humor. And quite frankly, we need to work something out for next year because I need more playing time.
Yes, you do.